Alright, so Doctor Strange has gotten a new uniform, and this uniform has been tearing it up in the Star Agent ABK showcases that we've seen, right? It scores like 12 million ABX or something, and I think that's why Netmarble decided to nerf it before putting it out for the public to purchase. So now the question is, I suppose, should you buy this uniform? How big of an upgrade is it on the Infinity War uniform? Now, I'm just showcasing my build here for Doctor Strange. It's not the best build, but I think it is pretty good because I do have a CTP of Rage on him. I'm trying to show here that none of the skills have significantly changed. His rotation, for the most part, stays the same with his Infinity War uniform. And that kind of leads me to think that on paper, this uniform shouldn't be that big an upgrade. You can see the uniform options here. The uniform options, I think the more important one is the crit damage on the 5th option, which stays the same between my Infinity War uniform and the spacesuit uniform. They're both mythic, so I can do a proper showcase of them. But yeah, I think some people are wondering out there whether or not they should purchase this uniform because the Infinity War uniform isn't bad. You know, it's not too shabby. It is kind of old. It's 2 years old at this point. But is it time to upgrade to this spacesuit uniform? We shall see. So I'm taking him into stage 80 of Obsidian. No strikers. This is going to be just a proper showcase of how he performs. So, yeah. We can see the rotation here. For those who are not familiar, it's going to be 5 spam the skills. I like to go to 4-3-2, but you can do it however you want. 4-2-3, 3-2-4, I don't know. But then once you're done there, you insert the tier 3 skill into the mix, and then you just keep going, right? So I am using Dr. Voodoo Lead here because I think that is the best leadership for him. I think it's better than a Nick Fury lead or anything like that. So yeah. Normally, I'm not able to clear stage 80 with Doctor Strange. And we're not trying to clear this stage. Just want to be clear about that. We're doing a 2-minute test. I think a 2-minute test should be comprehensive enough to see how good Doctor Strange is right now. I will admit that Doctor Strange has kind of fallen off in terms of being a world boss clearer himself. Usually, I use him as a support in a cheesy one-shot build. Not necessarily one-shot, but you know, just 100% all defense down build. So what I do is I use him as a lead, or, you know, not necessarily lead, a lead, but like a lot of the time, lead. I use him with weapon hex and then a damage dealer. So usually for Cull, it would be Cull and Ebony would be Professor X. For Proxima, I'd have Mr. Fantastic. For Corvus, I'd have Quicksilver or Dr. Octopus, etc. Right? But now, I want to see if with this spacesuit uniform, that kind of brings him back to being a potential main damage dealer for me. And you can see that with this Infinity War uniform, he's definitely not clearing this stage 80. Like, we're approaching the 2-minute mark, and he's just above the... yeah, just above the 12th bar. So cleared him to about 12 bars. Let's say 12 bars. Let's be generous. Now we're going to take the spacesuit uniform into the same stage. No strikers once again. Same team. So we can have a very clear comparison of how he fares. Same rotation as you can see. Now I will admit there is a lot more chaos with this new uniform. I think like playing with the spacesuit uniform on high performance and high quality is not easy, I will say. Like you can see here from my gameplay, I think that I'm missing some of the buttons that I'm pressing. I think that might be down to the frame rate drops that I'm seeing or something like that. And the animations on Doctor Strange's skills have made my phone crash a number of times. I don't think that's ever really happened, even back then when people were complaining about Apocalypse and his tier 3 skill kind of crashing phones. It never was a problem for me, but this is a problem for me now. So that's just something to take into consideration. It doesn't necessarily affect his DPS, but I thought I'd just mention it because if your phone crashes, you're not going to be able to clear world boss no matter how much damage it deals, right? It's something to note. But as you can see, he's doing more damage. We are closer to the 12th bar. Like the 12th bar is the mark to beat. And he is pretty close to it. Look at that. He's on the 13th bar and we're not even past like 1 minute 30 seconds. He might be able to clear this stage with this uniform. You know what? I think he will at this rate. Look at that. We are basically in the same point that we are at and we have 30 seconds more. Yeah, Doctor Strange is killing this. The question is, how much further can he go? I must say the skills look gorgeous though. Netmarble are pretty good when it comes to the aesthetic side of the game, I must say. And when it comes to the other side, I don't know. But that's a topic for another video. So yeah, we are just above the 10th bar here. We're looking at about 2 bars of an upgrade with Cull, stage 80. Now I'm gonna take him into stage 90 of Ebony Maw. Same thing, no strikers, 2-minute test. And we're gonna be testing both uniforms. Now, I think Doctor Strange has always been good for Ebony, despite not having any elemental damage because of his all defense down. I mean, when I say good, he's not like the one of the top clearers anymore, given that we've had so many new Ebony clearers. Like we just got Dormammu also, who's probably going to be one of the top Ebony clearers now, given that he deals all fire damage. We got Storm, we got Beta Ray Bill, and then prior to that, we've already had Luna, Scarlet Witch. We are so oversaturated when it comes to the Ebony clearers, right? But we're gonna see if Doctor Strange can hang with the very best of them. Now, I cannot clear this stage 90 with Infinity War, with the Infinity War uniform. Usually at this 1 minute mark, I need my team to be at 12 bars or less. If you're not at 12 bars or less at this point, you're not clearing it. And that's what kind of leads me to say that this Doctor Strange is not clearing it. Not with this Infinity War uniform anyway, right? So, yeah, we're just gonna see how much damage he does. I will miss this Infinity War uniform though, because I have a sentimental attachment to the MCU uniforms. I do love the MCU, which is pretty much what brought me into Marvel Future Fight anyway. But and yeah, I do. It kind of pains me to see an MCU uniform outshadowed, but he will get a better one, I'm sure, for Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness. So that is something to consider also. Okay, so at the 2 minute mark, we are at 11 bars, roughly. Okay, fine. Let's say 10 and a half. 10 and a half bars. We'll be generous and give it to Infinity War Doctor Strange. Now we're going to take him into the same stage with the same team. No strikers once again. And yeah, we're going to see how the spacesuit fares. The spacesuit's going to be the only difference between these two runs. I think we got very lucky on this day that we're doing this test because he doesn't have the cut time passive. The cut time passive definitely makes it a lot harder when you're using Doctor Strange. It usually doesn't matter when you're playing with any other characters. Maybe it does with Jean, but I think I've stopped using Jean for World Boss for a while now. But look at this. Doctor Strange. So remember in the Infinity War test when Doctor Strange was struggling to get past the 14th bar, and look at him now with his spacesuit. He goes past the 14th bar and he's not even he's not even at the 1 minute mark. I think at this point it's very clear that this spacesuit is an upgrade. Again, I'm really not sure why it's an upgrade, right? Like no significant new skill changes. I mean, in terms of animation, yes, there are skill changes, but you know, he didn't get any new effects. So yeah, it's kind of surprising how much better this damage is, right? Like look, right now we're at the point that we were at the end of the 2 minute mark with the Doctor Strange Infinity War uniform. And he still has 37 seconds to go. So how far will Doctor Strange take it? It's kind of like that meme, you know? Stop. He's already dead. Infinity War uniform is basically rendered obsolete at this point. But we're gonna keep going because we want to see just how obsolete how obsolete the Infinity War uniform is. Like, look at this. He's still not stopping. He's like 2 bars ahead of the Infinity War uniform, and he's still got what, 5 seconds? No, he's probably at 3 bars at this point. Yeah. Look at that. Okay. So I'm gonna put up the bar that we were at for the Infinity War uniform here, because I just kind of want to show also that Doctor Strange can finish this stage 90 without strikers. Without strikers. With strikers, before I was unable to do it with Infinity War Doctor Strange uniform. And he is killing it without strikers. And he does it with a minute to spare. Spoiler alert, look at this. He's gonna clear it with exactly a minute to spare. This uniform is a pretty big upgrade for Doctor Strange, I would say. Now, the reason I wanted to speed through the stage 90 clear is because I wanted to show something a little more impressive, which is a stage 99 Ebony Clear. Now, I've never been able to do this with Doctor Strange, and the only time I've been able to do it as with a normal team, without the cheesy Doctor Strange weapon hex tactic, is when the strikers were broken back then. Right? We remember those days. So, this is the first time that I am taking a normal team into stage 99, and I'm pretty sure Doctor Strange can do it. Now, you do kind of have to time your tier 3 skill and your rotation with weapon hex striking for you, because you can see that's where the bars really melt, and you want to get this very early on in the run, right? Because later on in the run, weapon hexes 100% all defense down won't even last a second, and the window will be very small to time it in. So you gotta get it early on, and we do get it early on. You can see those spikes of damage, right? I think in the first minute, that's where you want like most of the spikes. You won't see much of them later on. I also must say that in order to take on stage 99, I've had to lower the performance and the graphics of the game, right? So apologies if it doesn't look as clean or as sharp. I don't know if it's noticeable, but it's definitely noticeable when you're playing with it, because the animations really cause me such a headache when I'm playing with this guy. My goodness, I miss buttons and all that, and I think just with lower performance, I'm able to keep up with my rotation a lot more. So, you can see that he's doing great. He's doing great. My mark for measuring how well characters can do Ebony is by the 2-minute 30-second mark. He should be at 7.5 bars, and he's doing it right here. I'm gonna let him go to the next phase here before using the tier 3 skill. He doesn't have the cut time passive on stage 99 when I'm recording this, and I think without the cut time passive, it's better to just let him go into the next phase instead of trying to cheese it with the tier 3 skill, because you might end up wasting your tier 3 skill. If he doesn't have the cut time passive, Doctor Strange can get by without him transitioning to his other stage. That's where you can truly keep him frozen for the most part. You can see the chaos that the Doctor Strange's skills are causing on my phone. My phone is really hot at the moment. Like, when I'm recording this, my phone is like oven baked, I would say. So I'm gonna stop playing Marvel Future Fight after I record this battle. But he's doing it. Like, I think that's really the most impressive part. He's doing it. Again, other Marvel Future Fight YouTubers, other Marvel Future Fight content creators, they might be able to clear this stage 99 with Doctor Strange, no problem. But this is very impressive for me. Okay, just let me have this. This is the first time I will be clearing Doctor Strange with stage 99. Right? It looks like we're gonna do it anyway, but here. I I'm not even sure he can do this with Cull. Can he? Well, Ebony is an easier world boss than Obsidian, so I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, look at that. Usually at the third bar, we want to be at 1 minute, and he has 13 seconds. That said, his damage will considerably slow because, again, a lot of the progress that we have is mainly due to the timing of his tier 3 skill with the Weapon Hex 100% all events down. Weapon Hex is a must for high stage clears with Doctor Strange, I think, because you do get that 100% all defense sound occasionally. Even as a striker right now, if you time it, like, not really, you can't really time it. If you're lucky, you can get like half a second of 100% all defense sound, and that might just be the difference between being able to clear the stage and not. That's why Weapon Hex is still such a valuable striker, even if her value took a hit with the striker nerfs back then. She's still so valuable. She really unlocks so many avenues and opportunities for world boss clears. Like right now, we're gonna get this. We're gonna get this stage 99 clear with Doctor Strange. History's being made on my account. Come on, Rage Proc. With 5 seconds to spare, we clear stage 99 of Ebony Maw. This uniform is a major upgrade if it hasn't been clear enough. Now, should you purchase this uniform? I don't know, because the Infinity War uniform is by no means a bad uniform, even if it's 2 years old, right? It's not like Dormammu, where he's going from nothing, from being an absolutely garbage character, to becoming one of the best characters in the game, right? Doctor Strange, with the Infinity War uniform, is not too far off the best characters in the game. Now, this uniform is a big upgrade. It does take him much closer to the best characters in the game. He's probably one of the best characters in the game, once again, with this uniform. Now, it is a big upgrade, but I don't know if it's worth it. So, if you feel like the increase in damage and the increase in performance level is worth it, then I don't blame you at all. I do think it's worth it for me, but it really would depend on a case-by-case basis, on your roster, what you're looking for in characters, etc., etc. I might encourage you to save for Black Friday, considering that it's 2 months ahead, because I don't know if this is a necessary uniform, but nonetheless, it is a pretty big upgrade. So, I hope that this look into Doctor Strange's uniform has been insightful. I hope that it's helped you decide whether or not you want to purchase this uniform. I mainly just wanted to showcase how much of an improvement it is, and I leave it up to you, the viewer, to decide if you want to purchase it yourself. Or if you've already purchased it, I hope that this may have justified your decision to purchase it. I would hate if anyone regretted purchasing a uniform or anything like that. So yeah, as always, thank you so much for watching.